Hi, it's Typo. I'm gonna read Soccer Amidst Chaos Prologue and see how that goes because I'm homesick. Yay! I have my retainer in, or my Invisalign in, so if I sound kind of funny, sorry. I also have a little bit of a cough, so if I cough in the middle, sorry. Also, the doggies are running around and playing, so you might hear them in the background. So, oh, Romy. So let's get this horrible. I love K2. He's so good. Let's get this prologue started. Oh, just for now because I'm not that far. I think Akane's a little shady. Okay, prologue time, prologue time. Why is it so far to the left? Okay. Here we go. It's the height of Japan's warring states period, and chaos rules the land. Hurry, Taiki, take my hand! Mom! Mom! I watch as my mother, one arm outstretched, is carried further and further away from me by a throng of people desperate to escape. That sucks. Like, girl, run. You can find her later, just run. Taiki! What am I going to do now? Mom and I have been separated. My father and my older brother left for war, and we haven't heard from them since. I can't lose my mother, too. Yikes. War has spread far and wide, and it seems like there's nowhere left that's safe. That night, I was 13. Oh! Okay. Homegirl's 13. And my mother and I had been fleeing from a sudden enemy attack. There's nobody else around. I must have gone farther than I thought. I have to find my mother. I have to go the same way everyone else was running. Oh, that's not a good idea. You're alone and war's breaking out. First rule of survival is find a safe place, girl. Okay. Who's there, woman or child? I will show no mercy. Oh, see. I turn around, stunned to see a man charging at me with a spear. It's all over. I'm sorry, Mom. Then there's a loud clank of metal on metal, and the sudden feel of a rush of wind right in front of me. Oh! Okay. When I nervously open my eyes, I can see a man mounted on a beautiful horse right in front of me. What honor is there in attacking a woman, fool? Grr, you're... One look at the man on the horse sends my attacker running in terror. His fallen spear completely forgotten. I have no clue who this is. Is it Yukimura? If it's not Yukimura, I'm gonna laugh. Are you alright, girl? Who are you? His eyes are red? No, that must be from the light of all the fires. Hey, didn't you hear me? Mr. Red Eyes. Cool. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for saving. Before I can even finish speaking, man lifts me up onto his horse. Whoa, buddy. Okay. He sits me down in front of him and puts my hands on the reins. And then the horse dropped us all. Because I don't know how to ride a horse. Whoa! What? Snap out of it. What's a girl like you doing wandering around here anyway? I was separated from my mother. Then she's probably on the other side. I'll bring you somewhere close by. As soon as you find your mother, run. This place will soon fall. But where's there to run to? How should I know? That sounded completely different from how he was just talking before. Yeah. His voice is so low, and he's wearing such nice armor. He must be of high rank. Versace. Finally, we approach more people who are fleeing, and the horse slows to a stop. Now go find your mother from here. Oh, there's a battle war in my room. I'm gonna say Zeus is on Oda's side, and Bentley's on the Takeda's side. I don't know. I will, thank you so much. Oh, someone hit his head. I bow my head, and before I can even ask his name, the man's galloped off, no longer anywhere to be seen. A red-eyed warrior. He saved me like it was nothing, even though I'm just some everyday village girl. Oh. I'm an everyday girl, and I was saved by a spectacular man, and I'm never going to forget him, and our paths are going to cross sometime in the future. Ugh. Okay. Right, Zeus? And he was so strong. If I've survived this, maybe I'll hear some rumors about him. Oh, okay. Taiki? Taiki, is that you? Mom! Oh, it's so good to see you. I was so scared. I'm so glad. But how did you get here? Yeah. Well, there was this amazing warrior who saved me. He was riding on a magnificent horse, and he beat this other man who had a spear like it was nothing. It was such an amazing sight. I forgot how scared I was, and... Ah! I hope I can meet him again someday, and if I do, I'll be sure to ask his name. This I swore myself with all my young heart. If it's not Yukimura, I'm gonna be so sad. Someday, I will find that red-eyed warrior again. Hey, Taiki, just how long do you plan on sleeping? Get up already. Huh? When I frantically jump out of bed, my aunt is standing there glaring at me. Honestly, I take in the two of you after my brother dies, and this is the thanks I get. Yo, Auntie, you are mean. I'm very sorry. Taiki, hurry up and start getting ready. I'm sorry I overslept. It must be because I dreamed of that red-eyed warrior again after such a long time. I never sleep in this late. Not long after the battle that night, my mother and I found out father and brother were both dead. Oh, ouch. So we moved over to a nearby village to live with my aunt where it was a little safer. Hard labor every single day, but still I should be happy we have some place to stay with the roof over our heads. There may not be much space, but if it means I can live with my mother in safety, and as long as I'm alive, there's a chance I could meet that warrior again. Forget being safe. Forget having stability and being treated like a human. I'm going to meet that red-eyed warrior again. Even though I met him in the midst of battle, he could care less. Anyways. Alright, ready for another day of hard work. I'm so sorry. As I'm on the way to the fields following my aunt's instructions, I pass by where some of the women from the village have gathered to chat. So which one is your type? Oh, okay. The villager 2 is me. My favorite's gotta be Lord Yukimura. I mean, he's the second son of the Sonata clan from Shinshu. And he's got such a strong, manly figure. Nobody who's ever laid eyes on him could forget it. Where did they get this picture? Are they like... They don't even have photos. Are they like, you know, like painting secret candid shots and this is like an oil or charcoal painting, charcoal drawing, and it's just like, bam. Yikes. But Lord Yukimura is so quiet. Don't you think he's kind of frightening? Not the Yukimura I love and know, but okay. That's what I like about him. He seems so raw. He seems so raw. I prefer Lord Uesugi Kenshin from Ichigo. I know, but I know, Zusi. It hurts. It hurts so much. Spooky. They took our boys and they turned them into weird boys. Yeah, Oreo. I get it too. I prefer Lord Uesugi Kenshin from Ichigo. Skilled enough in battle to be renowned as the god of war, but still so handsome. Okay, Zeus. How could any woman not fall in love with him? Zeus does not like how they drew Kenshin. He does not like it. Ooh, Iyasu, no. Where's my small angry boy? Well, I think these days it's Lord Iyasu's turn in the starlight. But isn't Lord Tokugawa Ieyasu one of Lord Nobunaga's men? He may never even be a major player in his own right. Yes, but he's so cool and collected. I think that's what it takes to survive. Sorry, I had to take the doggos out. Anyways, and don't you think he's just so cute? He makes my heart skip a beat. Say, aren't you all forgetting someone? Ooh, what place is that? Sorry. What about Lord Date Masamune, the one-eyed dragon? I I've seen him once before, but he seems so cold. But that's what makes him so wonderful. Just once I'd like to hear him call out to me in that icy voice of his. Whoa, girl. Okay. How many villagers are gossiping? Oh my gosh. I can see where you're all coming from. I can see where you're all coming from. But don't you think Lord Nobunaga is just the absolute best? He's the closest to unifying the country right now. No woman could resist his determined advances. Except me. Me, I'd resist. Lords Yukimura and Kenshin, Ieyasu, Masamune, and Nobunaga. They're always going on about these men, but I don't really get it. I've never even met these lords. Oh, but if I don't hurry up, my aunt's gonna yell at me again. Da 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 da. Oh, it's a field. When I get out to the fields, my mother has her head bowed apologetically to my aunt. Really, why did my brother have to marry such a useless woman in the first place? Yo, auntie, you need to chill out. We lost half our family. You'd think she'd show some compassion. Then he goes off and gets himself killed, leaving me with all the trouble. Okay. I'm very sorry. Please, I'll take care of the rest. Mom, what's wrong? This field is a total mess because your mother here screwed up. I don't think Mom was working on the whole field. Now, go get that firewood and make sure you get twice as much as usual. Yes, of course. I'll get started right away. Twice as much as usual? My mother can't do that. She has a bad back. No, let me do it instead. Please, you have to forgive my mother. That's okay, Taiki. It was my mistake. I don't really care who does it. Just get working. And don't come back until you're finished. Mom, you should rest. Let me do it. Taiki, I'm sorry. My aunt probably just had some problem with my mother again. Even though she didn't do anything wrong. It's always like this. I wouldn't mind it if it was just me, but I feel bad for my mom. That's rough, buddy. As I picked up firewood on my way to the forest, I noticed someone coming up behind me. Oh, are you a man or a lady? Hey, Taiki, working hard? It's a man! Taketsugu! It turns out to be my cousin Taketsugu, son of the aunt my mother and I are living with. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'll head home after I'm done gathering firewood. Huh, well, since you're so airheaded, that probably won't be until after dark. You're just like your mother, no good at all about doing your work. Wow! And then we knocked the crap out of Taketsugu and left him in the forest. The end! Story's over. My mother's not a bad worker, she's just a little weak. She still does what she can. Well, if you'd be willing to do whatever I say, I could make things a lot easier on you. Oh no! No! Get away! Ah! I look up and Taketsugu grabbed me roughly by the arm. Stranger danger, go away! Ah! Stop! What are you doing? You're just like your mother. You're just like your mother. No good to anyone. But if you're nice to me, maybe I'll take you in. He tries to force me into his embrace and I do all I can to resist. Stop it! I'll go live with my mother on my own! As I struggle to free myself, Taketsugu's expression changes completely. You, I try to be nice and suddenly you think you're worth something. Now he's angry. I quickly turn and run through the forest, but it doesn't take long for Taketsugu to catch up. Make me run after you, will you? You should have just stayed down. Taketsugu approaches me, leering. Stop! Help! Somebody help me! Ah! What is going on? A cold voice rings out from behind me, and I turn to see a man wearing 2 swords at his side. Those swords, is he a samurai? I hope so. Oh no, I was just get lost, I can't stand the sight of you. Of course. Clearly aware of his lower social position, Taketsugu practically falls over himself running down the mountain. Oh, thank you, you saved me! Not really, I just can't stand men like him. Besides, it is every warrior's duty to defend women and children. He says this coolly as he looks off in the direction Taketsugu ran in. Then the samurai glances back at me. Even so, you're much too careless. Huh? If you don't want something like that to happen again, you should be more careful. It wasn't exactly eavesdropping, but from what I heard, you know that man? Yes. He's my cousin, and my mother and I stay with him. And something like this could happen again. There won't always be someone to save you. You're right. I'll be more careful. When I bow my head to him, he suddenly reaches out and strokes my hair with his large hand. I look up in surprise, and though it's very faint, the samurai seems to be smiling. When he starts to walk away without another word, I find myself calling out to him. What's your name? You don't need to know. That's not true. I at least want to know the name of the man who saved me. Sanada Yukimura. Hey! Oh, that means the first guy wasn't Yukimura. I bet you the first guy was Nobunaga. Shoot. Whatever. What? By the time I yell out in surprise, he's already vanished into the trees. Sanada Yukimura, the famous samurai? I'd heard of rumors, but he really is intimidating. Though he did save me, maybe he's not such a bad guy. Maybe he's not such a bad guy. He didn't kill me, so he must not be such a bad guy. I love that that's always the he didn't do blank, so he must not be such a bad guy. Oh, I forgot I need to keep gathering firewood. But where am I? I've gone much deeper into the forest than I intended to while running away from Taketsugu. I'm not even sure which way I came from anymore. I should have gone with Lord Yukimura. Either way, I need to get down the mountain. I start wandering around until suddenly I hear the neighing of a horse. Instinctively, I start to walk in that direction, and eventually I find a horse tied up by the river. What a beautiful horse. But its leg is injured? How are you, buddy? Are you hurt? Nay! Nay. This would heal in no time if I had a splint and something to tie it with. Thinking back to some of the many things my father taught me, I make a splint out of a nearby tree branch and a handkerchief I've been carrying. Easy there. Good boy. Almost done. What do you think you're doing? Ah! I frantically jump back from the horse as the man dressed in an impressive kimono comes walking out of the forest. What have you done to my horse? Why are you taking care of my horse? I'm sorry, it looked like he was injured, so I was treating him. Treating him? You know how to care for horses? Apparently, yeah. It's just something my father taught me. I was making a splint for him. The one-eyed man looks over my work, then nods, apparently satisfied. I apologize. I misunderstood. Yeah, I was gonna eat your horse, buddy, because that's what us ladies of the village do. We eat horses tied by the river. That's okay. A one-eyed man in an impressive kimono? Could he be the one-eyed dragon Date Masamune? By the way, what are you doing here? I came into the forest to gather some firewood, but I got lost. I see. Then to thank you for caring for my horse, I'll take you into town. What? Oh, you don't have to do that. It's not far. Get on. Get on, and he just grabs her by the collar and just tosses her up on the injured horse. His words leave no room for argument, and I find myself unable to refuse. So I do as Lord Masamune says and help him... and let him help me onto the horse. Lord Masamune escorts me into the castle town, a place so big it makes the village I live in seem like nothing. Wow, I've never been to such a large town before. You seem rather excited. Well, there are so many things I've never even seen before, and everything, the shops, the people walking by, it's all so wonderful. You think so? Briefly, out of the corner of my eye, I see Lord Masamune smile. I think I see him smile. What? No, his face is perfectly blank. I must have imagined it. But I can still feel my heart pounding. I really only barely saw it, but it looked like such a wonderful smile. Lord Masamune, is that you? Inform Lord Nobunaga, Lord Date Masamune is here. Oda's troops, huh? I hear him click his tongue, and he quickly dismounts and reaches out his hand to me. I'm sorry, it seems I must be going. Okay, thank you very much for bringing me here. May I ask your name? I'm Shepra Taiki. Which sounds so out of place. So sorry. And are you Lord Date Masamune? Yes, Shepherd Taiki. If we meet again, I'll be sure to thank you properly for taking care of my horse. Lord Masamune swings back up onto the horse and gallantly charges off. I hope that horse's leg will be okay, but I guess with the horse that good, there really isn't much to worry about. Still, I can't believe I actually met Lord Date Masamune and his injured horse. And he even let me ride with him on his horse, who was injured on the leg, and I had to make a splint for, so I don't even know how the horse got its back into town, but we rode the horse! When I finally managed to calm down, I take another look at my surroundings. Everybody out on the street is wearing a fine kimono, and smiling as if they're having a good time. This really is different than my village. Back there, it's all anyone can do to keep up with all the work. But even among all these people, my eyes are drawn to a woman who's walking much more gracefully than everyone else. I think I'd like to go to that store next. Yes, Princess Issei, your wish is my command. Princess Issei? So she's a princess? That would explain why she's so pretty. Because royalty equals beauty. Logic. Meh. And her kimono is of such high quality. It's probably so expensive that someone like me could never even hope to wear it. Oh, did you hear? They say Lord Kenshin is just over there. And Lord Kanetsugu is with him. This I have to go see. Lord Uesugi Kenshin and Naoe Kanetsugu. Kanetsugu! Oh, poor baby, they're gonna mess you up. I sure am getting to see a lot of important people today. As if it was an exposition. Yay! After moving over with the crowd to get a glimpse of these lords, I catch sight of a man with long hair sitting gracefully astride his horse, as well as a young man riding next to him. Handsome. His name is Handsome. Kanetsugu, don't you think it's about time for a break? Oh, my poor baby, what did they do to your hair? Try to hang in there for a little longer. Didn't you just get plenty of rest at the tea house not so far back? So the man with the long hair is Lord Kenshin, and Lord Kanetsugu is next to him. He's such a beautiful man. I think now I know why everyone seems to fall for him. I've seen prettier. I'm so salty. I've seen prettier, Voltage. You've done prettier. Just then, someone bangs into me from behind, pushing me out towards the front. I struggle to maintain my balance, but end up falling out into the street. Insolent peasant, how dare you obstruct the path of the great Uesugi Kenshin? I'm so sorry. I panic and try to get to my feet. When I realize how many people are staring at me, I feel myself freeze up. Look at those filthy clothes. She must be some kind of village girl. What an eyesore for Lord Kenshin. I can hear the laughter of the people around me, and I'm filled with a mix of shame and embarrassment. When I remember how Princess Issei looked just a little while ago, the difference is enough to make me feel absolutely miserable. But I need to hurry up and get out of the way! I'd rather be struck dead than block Lord Kenshin's path. Oh, you can probably have both, I mean... Are you alright? I hope you're not injured. I hear a cool voice asks... A cool voice asks from somewhere above me, and I look up. There, kneeling on the ground before me, is a man beautiful enough to take my breath away. Except he's not, because I've seen more beautiful, but we'll not go into that. Can you get up? I'm sorry you got knocked over like that. What? No, it's nothing. When Lord Kenshin gets off his horse to reach out a hand to me, the crowd goes wild. Kenshin, you shouldn't be bowing your head so easily. But isn't this the obvious thing to do when you wrong I can't speak. But isn't this the obvious thing to do when you wrong a woman? And really, this isn't good enough. I ought to do something to apologize. I know. Lord Kenshin's expression suddenly brightens, and he takes something out of his pocket of his kimono. It's an intricately detailed and absolutely beautiful hairpin. Oh, I could never accept something so valuable. Don't say that. Smiling gently, Smiling gently, Lord Kenshin fixes it in my hair. It looks good on you. You're very pretty. Thank you so much. He thinks I'm pretty, and it's not just the hairpin? I've never been given a gift before, let alone have someone tell me I was beautiful. Girl, he's so pretty, but calm down. What do I do now? I feel a bit embarrassed. Lord Kenshin watches me the whole time and smiles with satisfaction. I'm Uesugi Kenshin. Perhaps you've heard of me? Of course, I know who you are. Oh good, perhaps it was fate that drew us together. I've grown tired of all these noble ladies and their superficial beauty. Kenshin, you shouldn't flirt so much. Yes, I know. Let's go then. I hope I get to see you again, miss. He smiles gracefully and then makes his way towards the castle with Lord Kanetsugu. Lord Uesugi Kenshin, I can't believe I even got to say 2 words to him. He said he hopes we meet again, but that's probably never gonna happen. Still, he was so wonderful and kind. As I start to walk away, still conscious of everyone staring at me, someone suddenly calls at me from behind. Taiki! Taiki, I knew! It's you! When I turn around, I see my childhood friend Nini walk up to me. Nene? Nini? Nene, what are you doing here? I was helping out my mother with some shopping and then... Taiki, it's been so long. Tokichiro? I mean, Oh, that's Hideyoshi? Oh no! I mean Hideyoshi? Haha, you're pretty much the only one who still calls me by that old name. Oh, so So in this game, is Hideyoshi like taking the place of Puppy? As the childhood friend? Oh, my brain hurts. Well, then Lord Hideyoshi spotted me. We were just talking about you. How have you been? I haven't been able to see you much since I started serving Lord Nobunaga. Oh, I've been okay, but that's so amazing, Hideyoshi. You're a vassal of Lord Oda Nobunaga himself. Oh, being a vassal is nothing special, but it is an honor to serve him. One day I hope to be a great commander like Lord Nobunaga, so I can help him unify the country. Lord Hideyoshi? I used to play with Hideyoshi all the time when we were little, but... Oh, he is the childhood friend. So he's the Inuchiyo of this game. Weird, but okay. It's really amazing how high he's risen in the ranks. Oh, but I should be getting back to the castle. Goodbye, you two. Okay, bye. Good luck with all your work. Nene stares after Hideyoshi for a long time when he hurries off. I guess you're still in love with Hideyoshi, huh, Nene? What? No, I never make a good match for Lord Hideyoshi. That's not true. You're always nice and cheerful, and you make people feel better. Whenever she sees Hideyoshi, she tries to hide behind me. It's so cute. I hope someday Hideyoshi realizes her feelings for him. Suddenly, there's a stir in the crowd, and when I look in front of me, I see a long and dazzling column of people approaching. It's a group of daimyo. We should hurry and get out of the way. I move off to the side and bow my head with Nene. The woman next to us hurries to do the same, when her little boy runs out into the street. Please, Mr. Samurai, don't step on my windmill. My mommy bought it for me. Insolent child, how dare you stand in the way of Lord Nobunaga? Of course it would be Nobunaga. Also, these vassals are like... Meh. One man, apparently a vassal, seizes the boy's arm and draws a sword from his waist. Oh god, dude. He's using that sword against a child? Please forgive him. Please, he's just a little boy. Stop! Taiki! The next thing I know... Oh, MCY. I'm jumping out into the road and grabbing onto the boy to shield him. Out of the way. Move or be struck down where you stand. Is this what samurai are supposed to do? Harm little children? You dare defy the will of a warrior. Clearly you do not value your life. You're no warrior. Lord Yukimura himself told me a warrior's duty is to protect women and children. Things aren't supposed to work like this. It's not right. Ooh. As I strengthen my grip on the boy, I suddenly hear the sound of someone clapping twice. All right. I think that's enough for that. Lord Yasu, look at you, a big, strong man getting so angry at this young girl. It's pathetic. Of course, you are partly to blame for running out into Lord Nobunaga's path like that. The man who seems so polite looks at me and smiles. Should we throw you in prison to make an example of you? Prison? I'm sure it's all the same to Lord Nobunaga. Will that be good enough for you too, sir? Yes, of course. The first man frantically lowers his head to the second, who's still smiling. Lord Ieyasu. Wait, does he mean Tokugawa Ieyasu? His smile is so kind and his speech is so calm, and yet somehow he seems to have a scary side. Okay, so they kind of kept the brattiness. That's cool. Oops. Sir, are you really going to throw me in prison? Yes, isn't that just what I said? I'm terribly sorry. If my boy hadn't jumped out like that. It's alright. I'm just glad he's not hurt. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Don't worry, it's okay. I stroke the little boy's head as he starts to cry, but my own hand is shaking with fear. Taiki! Nene, if you see my mother, will you tell her that I'm okay? Yeah, but you be sure to come home safe. I'll be waiting for you. This has escalated crazily. Like, she started off in her little tiny village doing hard labor, and then ended up in the forest because of her sleazy cousin, and then was saved by 2 warlords, and then and then ran into a 3rd, and then ran into Kenshin and Kanetsugu, and then ran into Hideyoshi, and then now she's getting stuck in prison because she ran into Tokugawa. This is shenanigans, but okay. I say goodbye to Nene, who cries as she watches me go, and turn to leave for the castle with Lord Ieyasu. Oh boy, I'm in prison! I can't believe this is happening. Night has fallen, I'm still locked in prison. My mother must be worried about me. I hope Nene gave her my message. I'm sorry to leave her alone. My aunt and Taketsugu must be bullying her again. When I remember my mother's smile, it nearly brings me to tears. Why did things have to turn out like this? I want to go home. Just then I hear a clang and I lift my head up. There's someone standing outside the prison door. Oh, okay. Are you crying? I'm sorry to have to treat you like this. Lord Ieyasu? Shh, we can't afford to let anybody else find out. Use this to wipe your tears. I'll take you out of here when you're done crying. Oh, is he like... He has to be super mean in public to save face, but he's secretly like a marshmallow? Lord Ieyasu hands me a handkerchief as he says this. But why did you bring me here? Because I felt like if I didn't do this, things would have gotten out of control. I'm sorry to keep a girl like you locked up in a place like this. Come on, let's go. Lord Ieyasu smiles at me, and not with the chilling smile from before, but with a nice, heartfelt smile. I'm sorry to inconvenience you like this, Lord Ieyasu. It's fine. It's not like you actually jumped out in front of Lord Nobunaga. If you had, I wouldn't have been able to stop you from being killed on the spot. That's what I thought. Lord Nobunaga must be a merciful man for forgiving me. Anyway, Lord Nobunaga isn't the type who'd say something if you happen to escape. What? Lord Nobunaga isn't the type who'd say something if you happen to escape. I really doubt that, but okay. Now just go straight down this way. That will take you outside. Thank you so much! Lord Ieyasu simply shakes his head at my heartfelt thanks, watching me leave until I get all the way out. I leave Lord Ieyasu behind and go straight down to the way he pointed out, until eventually I see an exit and finally able to go outside. What a relief. Mom, don't worry, I'll be coming straight home. Don't worry, Mom, I'll be coming straight home. Halt! You're the woman from this afternoon, aren't you? When I turn around, the same vassal who tried to kill me earlier today is running after me. Oh, do these people not communicate? Jeez. Okay. To think you would break out of prison, you cannot be left alive. Once again, he swings his sword down. I can't help but close my eyes, and then I hear the loud clank of metal on metal. That sound, I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. When I slowly open my eyes, I see a man in a red kimono standing in front of me, keeping me safe. Fool, what are you doing? That woman broke out of prison. Then you ought to be ashamed of yourself for letting her escape, rather than be angry at her for escaping. It's the smallest dogs who yap the most. Thank you. When I heard someone broke out of prison, I was sure it'd be some big, tough guy. You're just a young girl. The man turns around, exasperated, and the instant I see his face, it calls up It calls up a memory, a warrior with red eyes. Anyway, I'm sorry about this foolish vassal of mine. Lord Nobunaga, please, you mustn't lower your head to a mere peasant girl. Shut up, I'm doing this because she's a peasant girl. Oh, and I'm heading out for a bit. Report it to Hideyoshi if you want. Please, wait, Lord Nobunaga! Oh, that's a weird characterization, but okay. But he pays no attention to his vassal as he calmly starts to walk off, and then he stops right before my eyes. Come on, let's go. What? I'll take you home to apologize for causing you so much trouble. His character sprite looks like, oh, who is it? It's not Seduced. Is it Seduced in the Sleepless City? The younger brother? Y'all are gonna have to help me because his sprite looks like super familiar. That or it's, Bad Boys Do It Best, the main boy. But his sprite looks familiar. You're the one who almost got killed for jumping out in front of my procession, right? Yes, I'm really sorry for that. It's pretty stupid, huh? That you could get killed over something like that. Sighing, Lord Nobunaga starts walking again. Even as I frantically move to follow him, my eyes widen in surprise. So Lord Nobunaga didn't order that himself. The weaker people are... The weaker people are, the more they demand some show of respect. It's pathetic. Here, get on. And for the 4th time today, we get thrown onto a horse. When we get to his horse, he nimbly leaps onto its back and then easily lifts me up and sits me down in front of him. This feeling, the way he talks, and those red eyes. So the man who saved me all those years ago was Lord Nobunaga. Hey, you seem pretty out of it all of a sudden. What? Hold on tight, we're gonna be moving fast. Ah! Before I have any time to respond, the horse starts galloping off towards my village. Wait, how did he know where she lived? Okay. When we arrive, Lord Nobunaga lets me down off his horse. Thank you so much for everything. No need to thank me, I was glad for an excuse to get out of the castle. That Hideyoshi can be such a nuisance. That's right, Hideyoshi is serving you. What, you know Hideyoshi? Yes, we were childhood friends. We used to play together all the time. Oh, in that case, I'll let him know you're okay. Anyway, I'm glad you're alright, but try to be more careful from now on. Otherwise, it won't matter how many lives you have, they won't be enough. He smiles at me for a brief second, and I can feel my heart leap inside my chest. Oh, girl. Calm down. Then Lord Nobunaga rides off on his horse, disappearing into the night, leaving me with nothing more than the feeling of heat rising to my cheeks. It's the prologue! Stop, MC! Okay. So that was Lord Nobunaga, the man who saved me once a long time ago, and once again today. When I heard he was the closest person to unifying the country, I was sure that he'd be terrifying, but... still... nothing changes the fact that he's far above my level. I'm happy to find out who it is I've been dreaming of for so long. But it turns out he's someone I could never hope to reach. Still, he smiled at me before he left. Oh, MC. And even if his speech is a little rough, he's not a bad person. Again, even though blank is blank, he's not a bad person. I feel both happy and a little lonely as I walk back to my aunt's house, where my mother is waiting for me. Despite the eventful day and the relief I feel from having returned safely, I still manage to wake up early for the next few days before my aunt can complain. I'm so glad I made it back here again. The other day was unbelievable. I think I'll just pretend the whole thing was a dream. Now it's time for another day of hard work. Good morning, I'm here to deliver your letters. I hear our messenger Umekazu calling, and I hurry to the front door. Good morning, thank you for bringing the letters. Wait, so ninja or mailman? Good morning, Taiki, you seem well today. Wait, what's with those bags under your eyes? Yeah, what's been happening? Oh, why do we have so many messages? I don't really know myself, but these are all addressed to you, Taiki. To me? When I look at the letters, I can see my name has clearly been written on each one. It seems we'll be having to keep an eye on you, Taiki. So many love letters from such distinguished men. Distinguished men? What? Lords Nobunaga Oda Nobunaga, Tokugawa Yasu, Uesugi Kenshin, Sanada Yukimura, and Date Masamune? What kind of joke is this? Am I still dreaming? Oh, you're not dreaming. This is the real world. So which are you going to read first? Oh, no. We'll pick Yukimura because I'm weak. And he seemed to be like the less offensive. Oh, cool. Well, that hurt. That was something. They didn't show Mitsuhide. Mitsuhide doesn't look any different from SLBP, to be honest. They didn't show... Oh, well, they showed Konetsugu. They didn't show Saizo. Saizo looks rough. They didn't show Mitsunari and his cool side buzz cut. Nice. Oh, poor Kojiro. And then... Oh, but they have Kiyomasa. Oh, no. Hanzo. Okay. Well, I did the thing. And it was pretty So y'all can tell me what you thought. If it was amusing, if it was funny, if Typo stopped screaming into the phone, Just let me know. This was fun. Bye-bye.